Oh, kia ora, America. Um, Welcome to Tauranga, New Zealand. For those who are not familiar with where Tauranga is, it's on the east coast of the North Island of New Zealand. It's a town of about 130, 150,000, depending on where you draw the boundaries. It has a substantial port. We host about 90 to 100 cruise ships each year, or we used to before COVID anyway. You may know it better as being the city closest to White Island, which exploded a couple of years ago. Unfortunately, with 10 or 12 deaths of people who were on the island at the time. The other landmark that you're probably familiar with is that Rotorua is just 50-60 kilometres south of here, and it's one of New Zealand's major tourist destinations with the hot pools and the geysers or geysers, depending on how you pronounce that term. So although we're not one of the largest cities in the country, we do see a lot of international visitors through here. So why would an old person living in a town on the other side of the world really care to make a video such as this for American consumption? Well, I guess like many people around the world, we are very anxious about the outcome of your election next week. For some of us, the doomsday scenario might be that the United States that we have loved will become the disunited states of America. That's a pretty scary thought, because certainly throughout my life, the Americans have had huge respect globally for what they've achieved. Certainly, I grew up in a family who, my father fought alongside American servicemen in Southeast Asia. My dad was seconded to a group to secure the airfields around Guilin in southern China to allow American bombers to continue to land there safely. So I personally have always grown up with a huge respect for your country and what it stood for. When I was at university, I was fortunate enough to spend one term studying the United States Constitution. And that document must be something for which you must all be terribly proud. It's lasted, 3 centuries now. It's had very few amendments. It's been a solution for the growth of a dynamic, progressive country which has supported ethnic groups from all around the world. It's always opened its doors. The Statue of Liberty has been the symbol recognized internationally as being one for opportunity and freedom and those sorts of values that we all hold dear. So the current climate as is being portrayed on our media, and I suspect on your media as well, is that your country is facing something of a crisis. And we'd like you to know that the rest of the world is concerned. We no longer live in splendid isolation. We can't ignore our neighbours. We are part, whether we like it or not, of the global economy. And it seems to me that on Tuesday, you have a choice. A choice to close your doors and go down the burrow and ignore the world, or to live up to what your previous administrations have done, and that is to embrace the world, to lead the world, to innovate, and to progress mankind. To see that disappear, to be destroyed, is something that none of us particularly want. The American people are great people. You can see this shirt that I'm wearing is a shirt that was issued for the 2017 World Masters Games here in New Zealand. I had the privilege to compete in races, rowing races on Lake Karapiro against people from countries from all parts of the globe, including most particularly the Americans, who were led by a team of ex-Olympians who competed under the name of Kent Mitchell. They were all superior athletes. They'd all been former Olympians or national champions. They won pretty much every race they went into. But they had the grace to acknowledge that participation was far more important than winning their races. Big men, proud men, but humble. That's the America we admire, and which we hope will be returned in glory on Tuesday. Long live America.